Next topic is content negotiating view resolver. So this is a special view resolver. So what is content negotiation? Content negotiation is that a client can ask a desired representation of the response either through URL extension, which is more common, or accept header. So example URL extension is like if I want to get the hotel's information in the form of XML, I say example.com/hotels.xml. If I want to get the list of hotels in the form of JSON, then I say hotels.json. If I want to receive in the form of HTML, then I say hotels.html. If I want to receive it in the form of PDF format, then I say PDF. So by specifying extension, the type of the data I want to receive in a response is actually content negotiation. It's a form of content negotiation. So you can certainly specify the accept header as well accordingly as well by using MIME the type. Okay. Now, in order to support this content negotiation, there is what is called the content negotiating view resolver. Again, this is from Spring Framework, and it's a special in the sense that it is not the one that actually creates a view object. Instead, it delegates the view resolving to one of the view resolvers configured inside of it. Okay, so basically it is a collection of several view resolvers, and it look at the either accept header or a file extension and choose a particular view resolver for you. So as I said, so this is what I just said a few seconds ago. So content negotiating view resolver does not resolve a view itself, meaning it does not create a view object itself. Instead, it delegates to other view resolvers configured inside of it. And the selected view resolver resolve the logical view name to a view object. Okay, and the different view resolvers are responsible for resolving into different formats. So it will create a different view object. So as I said, there are two different schemes. One is using file extension. So thread.pdf will request a PDF representation of the user thread. Thread.xml requests XML representation of the user thread. Okay. Also, you can specify accept header. So if you specify accept header with the application/PDF, even without specifying the extension, is asking the application to return PDF representation of the user thread. If it is a text.xml, then basically give me the XML representation of the thread. Okay. So how you are going to configure content negotiating view resolver. So we have seen two view resolver, being named view resolver, and then we have seen internal resource view resolver, right? And this is in fact the third example of the view resolver. Again, this is a special view resolver, and this is how you're going to configure. So you're going to define a bean, and again it's a type of view resolver, which means it should actually implement so it is actually returning a view resolver object. Yeah, so in this case it's not returning a view object. Instead, it returns the view resolver object. Okay, so this is how you're going to configure your content negotiating view resolver. So basically, content negotiating view resolver object, and then you're going to set the manager, content negotiating manager, and then here you define a list of view resolver object. So you created array list of view resolver object, and then here you are adding bunch of view resolver. So here JSP view resolver is responsible for generating JSP page. This one, JSON view resolver, is responsible for generating JSON data. This one is generating XML data. This is responsible for generating PDF. This is responsible for generating Excel format. And then basically you are going to call set view resolvers method, passing this resolvers list of resolver object. Okay, and then you are going to return this resolver, which is the content negotiating view resolver object. Okay, so this is the configuration. So let's do the lab. So this is the last lab of this presentation. So when you run the application, we are going to display accounts. This is a collection, and then this is an item. We want to display each of this in JSP, and this one is representing in JSON. XML, actually, displaying collection of objects in XML is not that simple. Okay, and I didn't actually make it to work. So we're gonna actually see how that can be done when we do cover Spring REST tomorrow. Okay, this is a case that we are representing account information in PDF, and this is in Excel. So let's see how things work. So if I click this guy, it will display accounts information, right? So if I see view detail, should actually give me a detailed information about this person. Okay. All right, then if I click the first user, so if I click this guy, again, this is displaying in the form of JSP. So JSP view resolver is responsible for displaying JSP. The next one is we want to display this account in JSON. So if I click JSON here, yeah, you can see this account information, the accounts of 3 users are being displayed in JSON format. And if I want to get the first user's account information in JSON, if I click this guy, yeah, it will display again in JSON format. Third one, I know it doesn't work, and but I can actually access individual user in XML, so this one should return XML. Okay, and last one is PDF. So if I click this guy, yeah, it does display in the form of PDF. And the third one is XLS file. So if I click this guy, it asks me to save it, so I can just save it or open with the Microsoft Excel. So if I open with the Microsoft Excel, then it should display the same information in the form of Excel. Okay, so so this is Excel. Okay, so let's take a look at the code. So we did all this, right? So first thing we have to do is again configuration. So we have content negotiating view resolver, returning a view resolver, and basically this is the key aspect of it. Okay. So this is the case that we are resolving JSON view resolver. Okay. So in this case, JSON. Okay, so we just JSON view resolver is one of the resolvers configured with the content negotiating view resolver, and that's pretty much it. And of course, we have a JSON view resolver object. We have to have a bean that returns view resolver. So view resolver object as well. And so in this case, the JSON view resolver is view resolver, and basically we are using mapping Jackson to view object, and that's what gets returned. So this is the JSON view resolver implements a view resolver, and internally we are using mapping Jackson to JSON view. We basically create that object. Okay. And XML is so we are using JAXB to marshalling XML view resolver, and we have view resolver of that view resolver, and again we are just using some of these things. Okay, this is the XML view resolver, and PDF and all those things are a bit more involved. Okay, so we have to have a PDF view resolver object class that we have created. Okay. Here I don't expect you guys to, and this is a PDF view class, extends abstract PDF view, and basically it just create the in this case it's a PDF. Okay, the last one is Excel, and it works pretty much the same. I don't expect you guys to remember all these APIs. Basically, as long as you are using content negotiating view resolver with a configured set of view resolvers, and as long as you know it works like this, and that's good enough. In fact, this is probably not the way that you are going to support RESTful programming. Typically RESTful programming, you are going to return JSON and XML, right? So in this case, we are still using view resolver to return JSON and XML, right? But typically you don't want to do use a view resolver when you want to return JSON XML. Instead, you're going to actually create the data yourself and using response body, and that's much better solution when you are supporting JSON XML data return to the client. Okay, so if you want to return JSON XML, you can certainly use a view resolver as we have seen in this case, but this is not usually what you want to do. Okay, this is I mean the using view resolver to return XML and JSON is actually, this way is certainly not the efficient way of doing things. Okay, but just to let you know that content negotiating view resolver is available, so that you can actually return view in many different formats of your choice. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to let you just run this application and see how it works out, and as long as you get the sense of it, that should be good enough. Okay, so I'll give you about 10 minutes to try the last exercise, exercise 4.